In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex. With me I have
Dash as Wolf.
Bentley Michaels as Referian Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur.
Oh.
And Caleb as Corey Telbrun.
And Milo as Ball.
In the last we left our adventurers, they had gotten back to the Nine Towers outpost of Usama. Let the adventure begin. You are all waking up after a night's stay in the camping kind of section, the tented section of the Nine Towers outpost. You all were doing a bit of research last night with some of the books and other odd artifacts you had found in the wastes. Still seems like there's some more stuff to find out with some of those things, given the proper research facilities. More time. But you wake up on this hot desert day. What are you guys doing? What's the plan?
Well, we're going back to Tyrlin, right? That was
Blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm doing my morning ritual and picking up my machete first. I know that.
That's right. We had some orders in over at the blacksmiths. Scory and Ball, you head over and get in touch with the the blacksmith gal Gandor, and then the dwarve and halfling crew that's going to help you out, Ball. Gandor's got the blade ready for you. She's etched in some runes, and she hands it to you, and it just feels just a little more right.
Cool. I fling it around, and excuse me, but could you tell me what these runes actually say, so I know what I'm working with here?
Can you read my Chinese symbol tattoo for me?
Yeah.
Actually, give me an investigation check as you're kind of taking a look at the runes.
Ooh. 19.
19. There's 3 runes on it. And you notice them. You're more proficient in this than she is.
Oh.
Strength, competition, and honor.
Hang on, I gotta write that down.
Yeah.
Sounds like Caleb.
She kind of looks at it, and you're inquiring about the runes as you're realizing it, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not sure. That's some of the." The runes that we use when we're dealing with objects associated with cord. With the
So this is a pretty common etching to do, enchantment to do on weapons for you.
well, ones that I will send out for those that have the competitive spirit like you do. I like to put these. I learned them from my apprenticeship and masterwork. Teachings, and they seem to work. I mean, you have to have a strong connection. It takes a bit of work, a bit of devotion, and they'll do you right.
Excellent. Well, I can appreciate the message that these runes say, and I guess I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself with this weapon. Do you have any info on how this weapon may be able to benefit me now?
Oh, yeah. If you get it into some sort of enemy that you're fighting, it's going to cause them to bleed if they got blood, and cause them to break if they got bones.
I like the sounds of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for mechanical purposes, it's a +1 sword.
Cool.
On attack and damage rolls, and is counted as a magic item for dealing damage to things that care about that stuff.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Ghosts. Ghosts. Yeah, very much so. You can cut ghosts now.
Awesome. Okay.
On the other side of the blacksmith shop there, Ball, you've got the dwarves working on some sort of armor, and you got the halflings kind of preparing some stuff as you approach.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and greet them in Dwarven again and speak Dwarven. Hail, friends. How was your night? We had a bit of a conversation at our table and looked like you were having a good time at yours.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, how we doing? We ready to get the ball rolling on this?
Yeah, I like that.
I thought you might. So we're making a pocket for a metal man. This is a first time for everything, but boy, I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. If you wouldn't mind, I can give you a little bit of a boost in your crafting ability, if you would like that.
Oh, sure, yeah. If you've got some good tools. I mean, I like the ones I've got, but
I kind of kneel down a little bit and I take out my quill, my pin, and I go ahead and etch a little rune into his forehead.
Whoa there! Whoa!
It's okay. It's okay.
Did it work?
Yes, and I give him enhance ability as well as myself for an hour. It's going to be for intellect.
All right. So yeah, they've got some equipment set up there, just to kind of like hold things open and kind of do some work that you're that you're trying to get done. So I mean, we've got some ideas, but what are you thinking? We would take some pieces off if we can screw in some kind of levers in there, and But yeah, no, it's your body, I don't want to be, making my own design choices,
Yeah, if you all could take this piece, and I pull off the little hip guard thing, work on this, make it so it can, lever out. I'll go ahead and work on a lock to kind of keep it in place. I'll use some of these components that I have in my bag, and I pull out the box out of the bag of holding and set it on the table.
All right. Yeah, they start getting to work. They've got kind of like a little kind of spring mechanism that with just flipping a small little lever will cause it to kind of pop out, and then it just pushes back in place. And so they kind of get that ready and are ready to kind of secure it where you're thinking on the side there. There's all right. Just let us know if this hurts or anything. Goes nothing. And installing this kind of onto your side there.
They have an advantage.
Well, they didn't roll great. They rolled a 5 and a 4, but they've got they're trained in this. Giving them it's like a 12 total on their crafting. But it works. It's just sometimes you have to press it in twice. Like it doesn't catch, the first time, like 1 in every 10 times. But yeah, it works. It has a little place for a locking mechanism. You take, I'd say just take a hit dice off for the day. You don't take any damage, but your constitution is a bit faltering, having done a bit of surgery to yourself with the help of these dwarves and halflings.
And I want to go ahead and use some of the magical components and my Tinker's kit to kind of craft a magical lock.
Do you want to cast Arcane Lock on this? Is that what you're trying to do, or are you trying to enact a spell on it?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like Arcane Lock would probably be fine. Just something that makes it so it's a little more secure than just a regular lock.
Gotcha.
And that I can use like my tools to easily open it.
Okay. And do you have Arcane Lock that you can prepare?
I do not. No.
You do not. Okay. Then I would say with that, crafting something like that that's got a bit that has a magical component, that'll take some time. I would say probably if you're doing it yourself, a week with the correct supplies to do some sort of enchantment work like that. You've got your on the road supplies, but you'd want either Tiernan's lab or even your lab back at the chateau to put a spell like that onto an item you have.
Brady.
But yeah, easy enough. And you've got a lock. Go ahead. If you're crafting the lock, go ahead and give me a check, a Tinker Tools check.
27.
27. That is going to be the DC to pick that lock.
Very nice.
So just mark that down so you remember that if I ever have to try and pick that lock, or somebody else does. So yeah, well, they're getting the blacksmith stuff done. Wolf, Riff, and Arthur, what are you guys doing? Anything in particular?
Yeah, I can't say that there's too much for Arthur to be worried about right now. Yeah, I'm not even sure that there's anything that I could be spying on or anything with Ollie. So yeah, I don't know. I'd probably just be kind of prepping to go. Maybe hang out in the bar while these guys are running their morning errands or something.
Sounds good. Wolf or Riff?
I'm not doing anything. Just, I guess, getting ready to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
And I will have, I'll have done like, my morning meditation, my morning exercises, and, my katas. And then also I've made a list of things that I want to do once we get back to town or to Torlin or whatever. I've got to go to the library, got to go to Sanj's, and got to find me somebody who can accomplish some of the things. What am I? A caster? What do they call an
enchanter? A magical.
An enchanter. Yes.
Yeah.
Got to find some of that, and made my list. And then once I've done that, I'll just keep poring over my books, the symbols, trying to look at all of the etchings I've done and kind of redraw them later in my notebook, going drawing it and then trying to draw the words above it or whatever, so I don't have to keep and just kind of learn it or whatever.
Sure. You're making a little cheat sheet for yourself to study from.
Yeah, basically. It's the words or whatever, I'll kind of redraw the glyph and then write the word next to it or whatever for my own little language cards. And nice. Then if there's time, I'll write a letter to my master from the thing, and if not, I'll do it when we're on the road, and so I can mail it when I get back.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
that is my agenda for the next until I do all those things.
Sounds good. Yeah, you guys get your stuff ready. Oh, Arthur, yeah?
I did think of something I wanted to do, and I thought about this last time and I forgot about it, but I would like to maybe, when Ball is freed up, approach him about drafting, because I feel like he's got the skills for this, maybe a crude likeness of Alphonse, the guy who got away, right? Is that his name?
No, Alphonse was one of the prisoners that Sasha and Gordon took.
Yeah. But where did they go? I thought they all kind of worked together. Are they going to return to Tirlin? Is that the idea, or
who?
Alphonse.
Alphonse is a prisoner.
Okay.
Sasha and Gordon said that they were going to take them back to here, the outpost, and basically turn them in.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had this recollection of when we were dealing with the fallout of the robot thing, that they all had worked together to escape.
No, what the and Riff and Ball, may have just had that lost in the confusion telling the story. What happened with them is that they, in that mess, just decided to take off. They were said, we're not ready to deal with this. We've got prisoners to take care of, and they fled to the Nine Towers outpost.
Yeah, that was Riff. I was wheeling and dealing, just big, and then they all left together, and then they, because that's just how she would have seen it. But
No problem. I also misunderstood that. Have they made it yet? I'd love to check in on them and make sure that they're here. They left before us.
Yeah,
Arthur still wants that hanging.
Well, when I thought they escaped, I was just about to put a bounty out on them. So
yeah, no, there you go. You ask a few questions around with some of the guards and the soldiers, and they point you to the area that they might be in. It doesn't take you very long,
Fucking Rhett, you want that murder so bad.
The morning. But yeah, you stumble across Gordon and Sasha. They're kind of resting, taking it easy, drinking some water and cooling off for the day.
Well, hello there, Gordon, Sasha. Looks like y'all made it in one piece.
Looks like you did as well. You missed a bit of a party there when the three took off. Everything turned out well, I hope. We haven't really heard much back yet. The soldiers haven't made him back, it seems.
Well, it was a bit of a kerfuffle, if I do say so, but seemed to have resolved itself by the time we got on their back from hunting down that escaped prisoner. Who knows what the consequences will be. That'll be down the road, though. I just wanted to make sure that you all still had your hands on that Alphonse and his band of brigands.
Oh, yeah. No worries on them. They're locked up right now. They're going to be shipped up north, actually, to the capital. Alphonse was wanted on quite the bounty. If we end up collecting, I'll send that your way. You're all outside of Turlin?
We are all outside of Turlin. That's right, at the Chateau de Magnus. And
Chateau de Magnus.
Gordon,
okay.
Sasha, I just wanted to say, because we're about to hit the road and head on back to Turlin to collect on our contract out there. If y'all find your way out there in Turlin, feel free to drop by. We got plenty of work out there at the Chateau for men with swinging arms, if you understand what I'm saying.
Oh, sounds like a plan. Yeah, no, if we find ourselves in that neighborhood, we'll stop on by. We really can't thank you enough for saving us from the mess that tower was. I feel the need for a break coming on here pretty soon. Oh yeah, no, we appreciate it.
You're always welcome at the Chateau. Give Alphonse a thwap for me every time he opens his mouth.
Will do. Whatever happened to the one you went after? Did you catch him?
Well, unfortunately, we caught him, but he was a crafty one. Got the drop on us, and, you know how the big one gets when he gets spooked. Swung his axe, and, well, that was the end of that.
Oh, gotcha. So he's done, huh?
Pile of bones now.
Pile of bones. A bone pile. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what he was anyways, huh?
Looked that way. Had
Yeah.
rather strange ornaments on him and things like that. But, he ain't a problem anymore.
Good. Well, if y'all need anything, you just let us know, okay? We'll be kicking around here for a while.
Y'all take care. We're gonna hit the road here shortly.
Cool. And yeah, they give you a nod. I think, and yeah, no, it sounds like some bounty money might head your way.
For my ritual, I got a luck point for myself apparently. So it's gone at dawn.
Do have two more things that I need to do. I need to look over chain, and I want to look at the repaired area and see if it's changed at all. If it seems to affect him in any way, any movement or cause him any discomfort.
Easy enough. You know Chain well. You open up some of the panels. You take a look at that front leg. That's just a little different. You notice some of the mechanisms inside have changed. They look more efficient, but not majorly. Just small kind of improvements. I would say you do notice that there's like small kind of cylinders that hold some of that liquid, that silvery liquid. You see that from before they were pretty full. They're about 3/4 the way down now. Looks like at least for that part, it requires some amount of resource of that same stuff to continue operation.
So I have an extra thing I have to do. Want to swing by someplace and grab a vial big enough to hold a quarter of this jar we got from the Scorpion Cave.
Okay.
Yeah, I've used
easy
one
enough
of
to pick
the
up for a
uses.
silver.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and transfer the silvery potion. I guess it would be a third of what's left, so a quarter of the whole thing into that, and then head to Tiernan's.
All right, yeah. Tiernan's shop's pretty close by. Did anyone else want to check in on Tiernan before you left?
I'll go.
Okay.
Did he ever say how long it would take to
do your
complete
stuff.
any of the projects?
He didn't give you a timeline on him, no.
Okay. Well, then I guess I won't check because nothing's probably done yet. So.
But yeah. Those that go over to Tiernan's office, you hear him working away in the workshop there. You open up and you see that he's got the Warforged that he's working on. All these odd mechanical arms are coming up from the ceiling and just doing little bits of work on it. Welding in some places and connecting things, holding up an arm. It's kind of in an odd shape. It doesn't look like it's animated yet. You see the arm on the wall is kind of disassembled and pieces from that are being used on the Warforged on the table. You see him kind of open up one of his odd little telescoping eyeglasses and he's like, hey, what's going on, guys? You here to help? What's going on?
Yeah, I came to apologize, Tina. I wasn't exactly myself yesterday, and I withheld some information that now I realize you should definitely have with the work you're doing.
The more information, the better. That's my goal. Is if I know everything, then I can do anything.
We found an unusual substance in the wastes, and I pull out the vial and I hand it to him. Silvery liquid.
He kind of puts down his little telescoping thing, looks at it.
Something you've seen at all?
I can't say that I have now. It's a bit like mercury, but it seems a bit lighter than mercury is. But
It definitely has some unusual properties. If you take a look at my companion chain here, it seems to have some kind of effect of repairing mechanical devices, and I kind of point out the leg in the area.
Gotcha. He takes a look at it, starts inspecting it.
I would, for further evidence in your research, take a look at this, and I pour just a little bit that I have, just a splash of it, into the reservoir for that janky arm that's hooked up to the real dirty stuff.
So he actually had that cleaned. He was using the fresh aura for that now, and was able to get it to work.
Can I put a little bit of the silvery liquid into that somehow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to kind of demonstrate on something that he's working with.
Yeah. He's kind of taking a look at chain, seeing the pieces. He's very intrigued by it. Over kind of that arm on the wall, he was able to get it to work by using some sort of mechanism, and he's since taken that off and used it on the Warforged he's working on. You kind of add it to his old setup, the way it kind of just flowed into directly the joints there, and as you kind of pour a little bit in and it's kind of siphons in there, you see it starts moving and just kind of like props itself up on the table, like kind of like animated arm.
Okay.
And he looks over, confused. What the hell?
We found a bit of this substance in the wastes, and it does that. It's very unusual.
You found this in the wastes? I've tried for months to get that arm to work. I tried aura. I've tried magic itself. I've tried. You saw the gritty aura I was using before. Like, the only way I was able to do it was using this device, which kind of reversed things. But that just worked. And he starts like looking at the arm and looking at the piece, and he's like, you see him kind of just doing some stuff in his head. If the Warforged don't run on aura like you do they run on this?
I believe it's a combination of things. This liquid, and they seem to draw power from living things. We've mostly seen plants. In the tower, we saw this living and dying sagebrush that would grow and then die and then grow and then die over and over again. And I believe that it was taking that energy and transforming it somehow and using it. We also saw this at the giant warforge. There was some moss growing, and it seemed to be powering the warforge a little bit at a time.
Interesting.
I think I have a sample somewhere on me.
Oh, God.
And I give the scraping of the moss that I took off.
Okay.
A little bit ago.
Yeah, you've got a bit of that moss, and what are you wanting to do with it?
I don't know if there's anything special about this moss, but we found this in tandem with some of this magical fluid, and I give it over to him to study.
All right. Yeah, he kind of takes a look at it and
See if there's any special properties.
looks and just kind of like there's a little bit of that liquid still with the arm, and he kind of takes a little dropper and grabs some out of the arm and just kind of places on the moss, and you see the moss just kind of double in size and then double in size, and it just kind of absorbs that liquid. And you've got this baseball sized moss ball now.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yep, super cool. So, guys, are we gonna go, or oh god, you guys just talk and talk and talk?
I mean,
you can't go anywhere. I'm talking to the other guys. Ugh.
Are you done, Mr. Ball? I can be
Like,
ready to go.
I would like to know what Tiernan thinks about this and how he intends to use it.
Cool.
well, this is a wild discovery. I mean, if this is the key to the wastes and how the mages were enacting their technologies, I mean, we may be able to unlock all the secrets and powers that they had. It's just something that must be studied. I thought I was on it with the aura. I thought all these things were like you, Ball, Mr. Sorry. This is a new path, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. If I can study this, I will send you my findings.
Yeah, we're in the Chateau de Magnus outside of
Chateau de Magnus. I can send things that way. I would be careful with his information. A lot of people are trying to figure out what is going to be done with the wastes, and if this is key to unlocking the technologies found out there, the less that know about it, the better.
Julia appears to know quite a bit about this as well, just for your information.
That tracks. She seemed to know more than most.
Did I see any of that with the head that she forged?
Any what specifically?
Of the silver compound.
You didn't see any with the kind of from that engagement. You didn't see any of that silver liquid anywhere.
I don't know if she had discovered this yet or not, Scory. It might have been something still out of her reach.
Okay.
Well, I've got much work to do on this Warforged, and your friend with the aquatic suit should be ready, probably within the week. Just let me know what you want done with him, and I will get it sent up to the chateau if that is what you need.
Sounds good. I'll tell Mr. Wolf that, and he's kind of the one spearheading that project.
If that's what Florian would like, is to come and be with us, of course. I do want to remind you, I am here on behest of the College of Stoningrad.
I was the one that invited you here. Yes.
Yes. So, just remember us when you send your report to Usama.
Oh, of course. It will be noted, all the help that you have done for my research and for the Kingdom of Usama. Praises, I'm sure, from the officials and nobles will be headed your way.
Cool.
If
Here's
you
a
don't
copy
mind,
of my cheat sheet on all the words. And I just slapped like a copy that I made of like all the stuff that I was working on. And I was like, it was cool meeting you. But God, you're boring. I got to go. I'm going out to my cart and I'm going to go get my cart ready. And then find Mr.
That's
Wolf and
easy
be
enough
like,
to
hey,
do.
Mr. Wolf, you want to ride with me? Oh.
Yeah, sure, I'll ride with you. So is he going to send Florian to the chateau when he's done?
It sounds like that's what he's planning on doing, is just shipping the body and skull to the chateau.
Sweet. And then when he gets there, can I spend several episodes just like making him a citizen and getting him like papers and official like 3 episodes? I think. But it would,
I can
might-
cover that.
Maybe
Don't
4
worry.
or 5 to like
4 or 5.
if we want to do it
for the
officially.
total immunization process. Yeah. For
I'll,
sure.
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
just
there's a
go
lot
by
of
myself.
paperwork.
and do
Naturalization
that.
process.
Yeah, you guys can stay at the chateau, and I'll just go do that.
Can we do a solo
that'd be
episode
cool.
with Dash during his 2-week quarantine with the robot?
I do sort of think that Usama is a little bit more of a non-water ghost supremacist type nation.
God, here we go.
The funny thing is that most citizens of Usama probably couldn't pass the test to get Usama's citizenship.
Lord knows Arthur can.
Oh, is that like a commentary on like current stuff?
Oh, is that
I don't
not
know,
what
is
we're
it?
doing? I thought that's what we were doing.
Is it?
Yeah,
No,
I don't know. Yeah,
I wasn't making a commentary.
I wasn't
was
making
just-
commentary on immigration.
Y'all just know this world really well. This
Yeah.
is all just facts of
It's
Usama.
got a Wikipedia page.
I'm the only landed noble in the party, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
Here we go.
What's the Pledge of Allegiance to Usama then?
Yeah, what is it? I'm an actual citizen of Usama.
It goes like this. Oh, hail Usama, the greatest kingdom ever. We beat the mages' bottoms, and now we drink forever.
Yeah.
They earnestly wrote bottoms in the lyrics
Yeah.
for their official song.
It's in a great script. It's
You know, there was a spicier
Riff's
draft where they
Riff's little
crossed it
friend
out.
had a hand in the lyrics, so they're a little tamer than otherwise.
So yeah, you've got you've got your 2 carts, and you've got Arthur singing the his own lyrics of the Pledge of Usama or Pledge of Usama.
perched like
noticing-
Washington on the front of the boat, just like now back to back to
just
Tyrlin.
posing and
Noticing Riff's impatience, I just stay in Tiernan shop for probably a good like half hour or so.
That's cool.
And
I
just
take
kinda
off.
Look at the.
I
and
take off.
I just kind of look at the way he installed the cores or the core and stuff, and I just kind of like hang out in there for a while.
sounds good. Sounds good.
I'll
It's
wait
like
with
when
him.
somebody's trying to get your parking spot, you just got to stay in there a little longer.
And I leave that town in my cart.
It is now a solo. There's a separate solo podcast. It's just
Wolf
Fury
and
Night Meadow.
Wolf and Riff.
So yeah, you guys have got your carts ready. If you want to split up the carriages between the 2 groups and set off separately, you can do that.
Well, I'm driving the one that I've been driving since the Tower of Chaos, whatever that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
open
that's the one that has the
cardboard.
UFO in it. It's got some barrels in it. It's got 2 horses.
And it's got
Galantior's in
my
that
box
one.
of treasure.
Crag is the one. What?
My box of treasure.
Your box of treasure. Crag has got the other one. He leads the animals on that one. I assume that's what everyone else has taken.
The fancy
guys, if you just want to go back right now, we can use the teleport. We'll have to maybe send our carriages on their own, but we could just be there right now.
Yeah, that's why I hung out with the magic guy.
Crag kind of pipes up. He's like, "Well, I mean, if you need, I can head back to Durlin if you want to keep the carts and everything. I know this was a gift from that friend of yours, Arthur. I don't know if she wanted it back or not."
How are we teleporting?
Yeah, I reckon you could probably bring the carriage on back to the chateau. I'll let them know if they need it back. I'm happy to oblige,
yeah.
but park it up there at the chateau, right out front. So look, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sounds good.
How are we teleporting?
I have the mechanics to teleport us back to the tower.
Back to the what tower?
Chateau.
To the chateau and the tower. We can't take the carts because it's in a tower, but we could teleport ourselves.
If we could we teleport the carts to the circle that's in the
school or whatever,
the like castle yard where we met the little kids.
That's
and stuff?
the only teleportation I have access to is to the chateau.
Oh, okay. I'm down to teleport. That's kind of what I was hoping to.
And we can't-
From Ball, you would know that you can bring at least one large item with you. If you remember, you brought that large chest with you when you learned about
UFO
that.
with us.
What's that?
Say we take the UFO with us.
Sure.
That's
Cool.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Can I put
I
my
was gonna
box of
suggest
treasure
wolf.
in the UFO seat?
What's that?
Can I put my box of treasure in the UFO seat?
Sure. Yeah. No, the lid opens up and it's
I thought you and
space
Wolf
for a
already
person
left.
there.
Oh,
I just want to go somewhere. I'm tired of you guys talking.
Well, you wanted to go somewhere, so you can go somewhere.
We're waiting for them when they
I love the idea that they come back like just trudging to the chateau, and we're like getting.
How did you
massages.
guys get here so fast?
They've
He
been
hung
there
out for
a
an
week.
extra half hour.
We leveled up. I don't know what you guys were doing.
Oh
We
god.
spend the whole week just training.
Okay, so how's this really happening?
If you all want to be together, that's what I was saying. It's up to you if you wanted to have split up the party, but if you want to be together and teleport, make that decision.
No, Riff just would have thrown a tantrum and gone outside, but like still just sat in the cart, being like, "Yeah, take it forever."
Yeah, she's like, fine, I'm going. I'm really going this time, and then just sits at the cart.
And I'm just sitting in my cart. We're gonna leave any second now. Any second now. Just we're primed and ready to go.
We're leaving you.
So yeah, after about a half hour or so, Ball comes out, lets everyone know that y'all can head home via teleportation.
Well, it's a good thing you came out because we were just about to go.
You've got the 2 carts. Crag says he can bring one of the carts back. You would need somebody else to take the second cart back, and you can bring the silver UFO with you via the spell as well. So you have one cart kind of hanging in the wind.
Do we need it?
Well, if we're taking the UFO, like we don't, I can put Gallendale in like our actual carriage, our covered carriage that we came out in, and I'll say I'll trudge back into Tyridan. Hi, sorry, thought we were gonna leave. You need a cart? It's like an open-ended cart thing. There's a horse and everything. We could just leave it here,
Yeah, no, I can take care of a cart.
Cool. And then maybe that
Maybe
comes
you could
back
use
with
it
the
to-
robot or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you could ship it with Florian. That'd be a good idea.
No, just leave it outside. I'll deal with it.
Awesome, man. Hey, good to meet you again. Check out that language stuff. It's a really cool thing. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Riff comes out and we're gone.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You took too long.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll show him half hour. And then I come out and you guys are just gone.
So yeah, you park the secondary cart. You kind of park it so that it blocks the UFO as you unload it, so no one gets any eyes on it. It is an odd, rare artifact I assume you don't want other people to see. And yeah, you can bring the people that you have, leaving Crag with the horses, and teleport back. I think it requires some resources.
So I pull out my music box and my piece of metal that kind of looks like a pen, and my dentures with 11 teeth remaining in it.
I think they're blue.
Yeah, and they're kind of turquoise colored. Yeah.
Yep.
And I say to everybody, okay, so I'm gonna say the magic word. It doesn't mean anything. Just go through the portal. Okay.
Oh, no.
Is everybody ready?
How offensive is this going to be?
I was just thinking.
So I prepare the spell, get everything set up, and I say, okay, on 3. 1, 2. I can't remember either. We'll have to stay here, and the portal appears.
And so yeah, with the utterance of the words, one of the teeth dissolves into the air, and you all feel this pull of magic, and it kind of grabs onto as well that UFO, and you're all transported through space, but not time. And you end up in the chateau, and you hear that sound, that dee. Oh God, my throat didn't like that. Just that little chime from when you enter into the chateau.
Oh, I thought that was part of the bit.
No, that was.
And we just hear dee dee. Oh shit, my throat didn't like that. Just echoing through the halls of the mansion.
Yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
your Batman or whatever his name is. Willem?
Oh yeah, Willem there. No, it's a pretty cramped area with all of you in here, especially with this UFO in the center of the room. But you are back in the Chateau de Magnus.
Well, boy. I will say that there is a successful sortie, if I do say so myself. Yeah, high five to Ryferia. High five for anybody who wants one.
High five, Arthur, Mr. Zephyrus. Boom.
Boom. High five to Mr. Telbrun as well.
Can we get out of here? I'm a little cramped.
Yeah, I grab my box out of
yes.
the seat, and I go down to my bunk or whatever in the chateau, and like secure it under my bed.
You are in the top eastern chamber, the mage's chamber. This is where the teleportation lands you. You open up. There's one door that leads to the rest of the house. You open that up, and you hear some people, just generic, goings on of the house.
Willem's having a party, and we catch him. He's like, "Oh shit!"
You see somebody bringing like linens from from storage to the one of the master bedrooms. They kind of turn and look at you, and they say, "Hello. I didn't know we were having guests. Was not aware."
Wait. Who is this guy?
It's just some young gal.
Oh. Yes, we are having guests now. Look sharp, I say. And I clap my hands like a douche.
Are they referring to us as the guests?
They're looking at you in the open door of the mage's chamber. They're kind of down at the end of the hall.
I want to look around. Is there any identifying stuff that suggests we're not in the right home?
No, it looks like the mage's chamber.
The Chateau Magnus?
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember they said he was going to hire people and do stuff, and so these people don't know who you are. We've been gone for a week. Hi, I'm Referian Night Meadow Shadows. We all know. I got to go to my room. Bye.
Of course, I'll let the Batman know.
His name's Willem.
Sets some of the stuff down and goes into the master bedroom with kind of the door open.
Master, huh?
Strix,
Willem.
First
you guys
of all,
here?
Aura.
What the hell are you doing in the master bedroom?
You go into the
I poke my head in.
Yeah, you go in there and you see that that gal is talking to Willem at one of the desks in the study across the hall there. And Willem, you just see a confused look on his face as he's talking to her, and he looks over. He says, "Oh, hey, Zephyrus, I didn't know you'd be here. Yes, no, this is the master of the house. This is Arthur Magnus and the Wolf Pack. This is the group that has taken ownership of the chateau. They are the ones who bring us their favor. Make sure all the bedrooms are ready. Make sure, I know we have some guests downstairs. Go ahead and have their rooms moved. Come in. And Willem kind of as you enter the master bedroom there and the balcony, you kind of see outside. It's midday. It's kind of sunny. And Willem just seems excited that you're all back.
Master Willem, you said that there were guests downstairs. You had to move on in their rooms. I hope that our sudden return is not ruining,
No, it's not a problem. No, it's just a couple of merchants we're trying to sign some paperwork with. This is actually kind of like this is what's called a power play move. Actually, this works really well. If we can.
Was it Adrian?
Adrian, thank you.
Oh, weird. I was
Right.
like, no way, there's an Adrian.
Yeah.
I forgot completely. We haven't talked to Adrian in a while. I forgot. We're looking good?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah,
Rolling.
Willem says, yeah, I've been learning a lot from Adrian. We're getting some good inroads with Turlin. We've got we've got some ventures cooking, and we're gonna turn a profit here, I think, any day.
Master Willem, I am tickled to hear that. And absolutely, if you need any assistance making sure that our guests know how little I care about them, I can see to it personally. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, if you actually want to let them know that you're here, their names are Marla and Scarin.
Marla and Scarlett, why do those names sound so familiar?
I am not sure, but if you introduce yourself and use their wrong names, I think that'll be perfect.
All right, I can do that. Oh yes, this tickles me.
Good. This will be perfect for you, I think.
Willem, we came back with a rather large item in the tower. I didn't measure the doors or the window or anything, but we need to try to get it out of there, either in the yard or if we can get it down into the lab. That would be nice.
Gotcha. In the chamber there. Well, I mean, you know if you pull the tome, that'll open up the lab. That's just on that side of the mage's chamber. So it's kind of already close if that's where you're trying to get it. And kind of looks down the hall and he sees it, and you remember from looking, it's not going to fit through that door. But it is in the magical laboratory. So and the room, the door from there is like a bookcase that moves, so it's a bit more clearance on that. But I'll get our carpenter. She can probably knock out one of those walls and we can get it out of there. We can get that set up.
Or I wanted to actually see how things are going with her as well.
Oh, of course.
Gotcha.
I think she's out in the back working on some project right now. But I'll get her. We can go get her.
Willem, and what of our friend Strix? Has he been behaving himself?
No. I mean, he won't let anyone touch any of the books in the library, but if you want a book, he knows where it is.
Excellent. I'd like to peel off and go check on our little vault where that dagger is to make sure that everything's as it should be.
Yeah. The vault on the first floor. You can head down to the first floor. You see a few more people working here. There's some kind of preparing food, bringing food into the kitchen. You pass by and you enter into the library. And you kind of take a look around to see if you see Strix. You don't see him immediately, but you do hear him as somebody enters the library and he says, Hey, who's in here?
Strix! It's me, Scory.
Scory! And you see him just kind of run from underneath the table with a pile of books that he just kind of flings up onto the table. He says, Oh my gosh, look at you. I didn't know you were coming back.
In Druidic, I say, it's good to be back, friend.
Ah, well, it's good to have family where you know where they are.
Agreed. So have you had any temptations like you did in the past?
No temptations. It seems like it was probably just that dagger. It was probably a bit magical, I think.
Yeah. Well, good. Glad to hear it. And what of the the downstairs area, the place you have to get to from outside?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of them guards have been down there ever so often. They tried coming in here looking for some books, and I told them, what for, and no, I don't spend too much time down there. This is kind of where I've been keeping to myself here.
Okay.
Keeping to myself here. There we go.
Excellent. Okay. That's probably where I would head next, just to talk to the guards, make sure everything checks out, everything's as it should be.
Yeah. As you head out, you notice in the front yard, the front where the fountain is, the training pit is, there's a few more people. You see there's some soldiers running drills, doing some practice fighting on some of the dummies that have been set up.
Wolf will be happy about that.
Yeah. You notice that your companion,
Roman Black,
is out there in the front yard as well, just kind of tending to some bushes. He's been doing a lot of pruning since you've been back. You see a lot of the trees and bushes have been trimmed to let them kind of grow upwards and enjoy the sun a bit more.
Very cool.
But yeah, you see the fountain there is currently closed. You see the two guards that you're looking for there at the front of the gate. They're kind of standing watch up front.
Okay. I would just check in with them. Any action while we were gone?
You tell him. Well, no. You're the one.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, we haven't learned anything. It's a big rock.
Are we talking about the pink quartz-like rock?
Right.
Okay.
It's like a crystal. I'll tell you this: you can crack it.
And how did you find this out?
There's a big crack down the middle. If you use heavy enough tools, it'll split. We didn't want to go further because we didn't know what was going on with it, but yeah, you can split it. You just need a wrench on the thing.
Did anything happen when you split it?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess leave it alone for now. Thank you for your duty.
Yeah, no worries. If you need us to keep going, we'll keep going. I just didn't want to push it.
Thank you. I appreciate your judiciousness.
Oh, no problem.
I would try to play with my machete at the training station, I guess.
Yeah. You kind of step in and start, going through some of the training they're doing too. Keeping an eye, seeing how well their training is proceeding.
Cool.
Yeah, can I check on like the troops and see if we've gotten any new recruits?
Yeah. You head out there and you see Scory's kind of training with them. There's about 8 soldiers training, and you've got one that's kind of in charge of them. That's just shouting off things to do, running them back and forth. He kind of looks over to you and nods, and he says, Master Wolf, didn't know the wolf pack would be back so soon.
Yes, we are back. I see you're bringing the troops through some movements.
Yeah.
Yes. They look good.
Yeah, I mean we're trying to really sharpen their skills, but
Perfect.
without true battle,
Of course, right.
They're never gonna learn, I don't think.
Yes. All right. Well, we might have to take them on a hunt of some kind. Find some trouble.
Yeah,
Or do some real exercises. Or perhaps they could stand
There
back
is
and watch me.
we send people out ever so often, just to check on the grounds, the forest.
Right.
Willem's been real adamant about that. We found a few poachers. We haven't been able to get them, but we've seen them.
Right. Yes. Killing animals on our grounds.
Yeah.
That is cause for execution.
Right? If we could get our hands on them, we were going to put them in the cells, but, it's up to you.
Right. Or cells, yes. All right. That would be a more judicious approach. Right. Well, we should gather the men and maybe we have a stakeout.
Yeah, no, we can absolutely do that. We need to
In
get
the
them
woods.
out in the fields.
A boys' night out.
Hey, yeah, it sounds great.
Yes, perfect.
Get some ale or barrels from Turtle in there, and make a whole night of it.
Yes, but we can't get too drunk.
Oh yeah, I'll dull your instincts.
Or it'll be like my first night on watch. I lost so many men. Oh God. I have to go to bed. Don't look at me.
And Wolf, he runs to his bed and he has just a little sob.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we would like to have a little stakeout to try and catch these poachers.
Sounds good, yeah. Maria, what are you doing?
What time of day is it?
It's midday.
She'll go down to the room that was in the front lower right section, what I remember of the map, where she was sleeping before. And in that front little right hallway or whatever it was, where all those little rooms were.
Yeah, you see that's been taken up by most of the soldiers. That looks like that's kind of the barracks of the house.
So she's going to go to her room and open it up and see that there's probably somebody in there. Okay.
Not in there, but their equipment is in there. You see that it's been fashioned to be the guardsmen's rooms.
So she'll start to trudge back up the stairs, holding this box, because it's probably at least half as big as her at this point.
Sure.
And so she's like, oh God. And she's like, I need a room. Well,
you see Willem and Zephyrus kind of passing you in the hallway, and Willem says, oh yeah, sorry about that. Those smaller rooms are, better suited for the soldiers. We've got, oh shoot, what do we got?
I'm 2'10". I don't need that big of I just need something. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
There's the servants' quarters, the bigger room up top next to the
spire
tower,
where my buddies are. Okay, I'll go up there where my bird friends are.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'll be in and then she just shouts out, I'll be in my room up here near the tower.
Yeah, you head up, to the second floor. There's a little storage area, and then there's the tower that goes up.
Yeah.
You can easily kind of turn that storage area into a little, shadowy room.
She'll put her bedroll down or whatever, and then she'll put her treasure in there or whatever. She's going to immediately, if there's a key, if there's something, she'll go back to whomever, Willem, whatever. Is there a key to that door?
There's a key to the tower, yeah. And
okay, cool. Can I have the key?
His ring of keys, and he gives that one to you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You've been awesome. Hey, way to keep it up on the house. You're doing great, bud. And then she's gonna go lock the door, go onto the roof, and see if any of her Kenku pals are out there.
Yeah, there's still two of these kind of odd, one-eyed Kenku that just kind of keep a vigilant watch over the tower.
Cool.
They're looking north and south. One of them turns and looks at you and says, "Ah!"
I put up my hood. I'm like, ah. And then she'll break off some rations for him, hold out some bread for him or whatever.
Oh.
Cool. You guys are doing a kick-ass job. And then she's going to just make her way into town because she's got a whole bunch of business to do, and she'll just be like, just wave to the tower behind her, and she's just going to start going to town. She wants to visit San. She's got to go to the library. She's got to send mail. She got to find an enchanter. She's got a busy afternoon ahead of her.
Gotcha. Sounds good. And yeah, I think that's where we'll leave it for today's episode. Thank you guys for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. I have been your DM, Alex, and with me has been
Dash is Wolf.
Bentley Michaels is Revere Night Meadow.
Red as Arthur.
Keelman scoring Telbrun.
And Milo is Ball.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.